name is John William Arnold Sr. Interview spot. Yeah. My name is John William Arnold Sr. and I'm about to conduct a military service interview of Jack Carlyle Beddingfield. We're doing this in my home at 108 Northwest J. Allen Avenue in Burleson, Texas. This project is sponsored by the Burleson Heritage Foundation, of which I am a member. All right, Mr. Beddingfield, when and where were you born?
I was born January the 26th, 1925, in a farmhouse in Anderson County, Texas.
And which branch of service were you in?
I started out in the infantry, and after the war was over with, I transferred to the Air Force.
That's World War II you're speaking of?
Yes, World War II.
Which unit were you in World War II in the infantry?
I was in the 30th Infantry Division, the 117th Infantry Regiment, Company F.
Company F, all right. Then what other services did you do? What were you? You went to the Air Force, you said.
Right. After the war was over, they were requesting people to consider re-enlisting. So I told them if I could get in the Air Corps at that time, that I would consider re-enlisting. And he said, we could certainly do that. And I said, well, I would like to have a choice of station. If we can do that, I said, all right, I'll re-enlist. And I re-enlisted in the Air Corps on the 30th of November, 1945. You want to see?
Then the first time that you went in was November the 9th, 1943.
Correct.
And when you got discharged, you asked to go to the Air Force.
That's correct.
All right, how long were you in the Air Force then?
Until 1st of July, 1967.
Any other branches you served in times?
No.
All right, that's it. What was the highest rank you attained?
Chief Master Sergeant E9.
That was in the Air Force?
In the Air Force.
Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant E9. All right. All right, now what's some of your most memorable occasions that you remember?
Well,
combat infantry and so forth. What did you remember the most?
I remember pretty well going across Omaha Beach, and I think it was about 3 weeks after D-Day. We went in the same way that they did on the invasion. We crawled down off a ship onto cargo nets and into a landing craft, and they boarded us over to shore. But the only difference was they wasn't shooting at us.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, you have a Purple Heart, I know that. Where were you and how did you get that?
That was in the Battle of the Bulge, January the 16th, 1945. That was my mother's birthday, so that was my birthday present.
Well, I'll say.
And we had turned the tide. We were advancing against the Germans, but there was a tank up in some woods, and somebody else was going to take care of him. And we were waiting in the holding area there till he was gone. And he was shooting at these people over to my right, and one of the rounds ricocheted off of the icy ground and hit me in the back.
All right.
So the war was over for me.
Okay, you went back to the hospital then. Okay. Is there anything else that stands out in your memory you'd like to tell about?
Well, I remember VE Day.
Good.
It was a very exciting time, but I don't remember any of the details, but it was very
okay, good.
Exciting.
It's good.
Relief to those that were fixing to go home.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell about?
Well, I don't think so. But over 23 years, you have a lot of experiences.
Yes. How much actual time did you spend in the service? How many years, do you know that?
23 years and 7 months, I believe it was.
Did you retire from the Air Force when you
Yes,
had?
I retired from the Air Force.
Then what did you do after you retired?
I went to work for Bell Helicopter as an assembler, and then I transferred to the technical writing department, and I worked there until February of 1971.
All right. And were you married while you were in the Air Force? Did you marry?
I married while I was
While you was.
While I was in the Air Force, I was a two-striper. In January the 17th, 1947, we married.
All right. How many children?
We have two.
2 children. All right. Well, that's mighty good. Is there anything else you want to add to this or whatever? Think that's about covered it?
As I said, there's a lot of things going on, but I don't remember all the details, and
all right.
It probably wouldn't make any sense to anybody else anyway.
Well, how did that make you feel to be able to serve and so forth?
I felt patriotic.
Real good.
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, this is Mr. Beddingfield's discharge. All right. Now, Mr. Beddingfield, what was your awards, combat infantry badge, etc., that you received? And
Combat infantry badge, good conduct ribbon, the Purple Heart, the
European Theater.
European Theater, campaign ribbon with 4 Bronze Stars of the 4 campaigns.
All right. And you're also due a Bronze Star for Meritorious Service with the Combat Infantry Badge. You received that. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Pretty well covers everything?
I think it pretty well.
All right. Thank you very much for serving your country. And we're very, very honored to have been able to interview you and get your war record on record for the Library of Congress Veterans History Project. Thank you very much.